There, of course, a look at Optic Gaming as we jump into map number 1 here of the series. Can Epsilon manage to shut down Optic Gaming? That's going to be the question. Missing a couple of the early moments this one, Toby, but as the dust kind of settles after the initial fight, it seems as if it is going to be our red squad, Optic Gaming, with the lead in this one, 42 points to 36.
Yeah, but Epsi actually being the more aggressive team, it seems like right now, as they are pushing up towards these kills, or at least I assume that, judging from the spawns. And now Summons as well, and Co trying to break that B hill. So a bit of back and forth already, Benson.
Yep, seems that way. On board with Summons, just kind of hanging around that B hill. Does have the support of a teammate. Phelpsy, though, he's going to push straight through, trying to find himself that pick. Unfortunately for him, Phelpsy will be traded. And you can see Optic Gaming just kind of recovering a little bit, still defending that B hill. And in terms of this map, obviously, as we said, we've seen them, both these two teams play each other on this exact map. What do you want to see Epsilon maybe do differently than what we didn't see at Columbus?
It's difficult. Foundation is one of these complex maps. I see Optic Gaming just out-rotating Epsilon overall. I think going back to that push on B, you just have to not make any mistakes, right? We know Epsi can win these shotgun battles, but they have to push in as a team. Phelpsy did push in on his own there. Ash just followed in. It's just basic mistakes. Epsi just need to get everything locked down and stay composed.
Nice plays from Mental as he shuts down Craze. Explosive as well. He's found a pick on Sam. And you can see Optic now, once again, looking for that assault on that B hill. Mental. Wow. Nicely played from him. His second kill of this first round. He could potentially look for more. Of course, the B hill is directly behind him. Doesn't want to put pressure on that just yet. Finally decides to back away. Force Phelpsy to run to you. This, of course, the smarter play as the domination comes in. Phelpsy has to get up close and personal, but Mental may have let him get a little too close on that one. Phelpsy goes down, and once again, you could see that trip cap come through. Keep your eyes on that A hill. That's going to be the key one, but Ash seems to have that one under control.
Yeah, that's right. Epsi do need to fly now, just like Phelpsy did there. It was such a difficult situation going to the middle, getting angled, but Phelpsy took out Mental. That was fantastic from him. They need to keep that those kind of plays up.
Score 180 to 122 now. Mental, I mean, he's having a field day so far in round number 1, picking up some pretty impressive shots from some pretty tough angles, I think it's fair to say. B-Hill, though, back in Epsilon's favor. Now you need to see Epsilon spring into life. They have around about 12 seconds here where they're going to need to try and make something happen. And speaking of making something happen, here it is. It's going to be Ash on the C-Hill. Explosive, though, he's trying to push in. They will down Ash, but have they bought themselves enough time? That's going to be the question. As it stands up, the game not getting any points. They haven't. So Epsilon will need to keep the pressure on C, and in goes the Epsilon cavalry. Unfortunately, though, Optic have overextended towards the A-Hill, and they may be able to just put enough pressure on there to secure the first round.
Yeah, and the green wall's been put up the C as well, it seems. Although here comes Sam, bouncing, flying explosive. Unfortunately for him, he does get shut down, and Optic will finish there. I mean, I have to give it to Epsi. They were playing quite well at times. I mentioned some basic mistakes.
Yep.
But they are applying the pressure, right?
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't seem that comfortable for Optic Gaming. I just feel as though the game.
Has 9 kills.
Maybe that's the wrong statement for that individual person. But at least towards the end of that, you could tell due to the score differential, when OG gets that kind of lead and kind of map control, it's very difficult to come back from that.
And then they started doing that classic overextension where they just make things very difficult to come back in. The Baltok, interestingly, has been placed down. We touched on this back in London. It's become a more kind of household pick now, it seems. Everyone doesn't mind putting the Baltok down. You're becoming a fan now? I know you were dubious at first.
We were dubious, but both of us were actually going in on that one.
I'm not going to lie. But, are you coming more around to the Baltok?
Yeah, from my personal playing experience as well, I've just completely changed my outlook on the Baltok. It can really influence these team fights. Maybe not so much as a retro, but explosive. Was that the man just with the Baltok? It was. He just got a cross-map Baltok headshot. That proves my point, I think. It does influence these team fights a lot if put in the right hands. Definitely Explosive has proved that he deserves that weapon.
Explosive. He still has Hydra to his left. Both Baltok players. Of course, this is the fight for the B-Hill. Hydra slowly but surely sneaking up. Explosive's going to back away. He does have Kenny in support, though. And Hydra may just opt to just try and smoke and then push straight forward. That's going to be the game plan, but Baltok shots exchanged. Hydra is going to fall, and Explosive will clean him up. And with that, Optic Gaming may be able to now get control of B, but also look at C. That's being capped by Optic Gaming as well. So Epsilon, they need to spring into life here. Luckily, though, there are numbers over there. Phelpsy, he's going to find the kill on Mental.
Yeah, good job from Crazed and Phelpsy, the Geese 3 duo. Pushing through there and finding those necessary kills. You can always rely on them to just bring in the necessary slaying power regardless of the teams. They're doing very well with that. Got to give it to Explosive and Co, though. That's a really good B retake by Optic. And it's now Epsilon's turn to try and break out a spawn as a result.
Right. Just to kind of touch on that Baltok placement once again, are you surprised that Epsilon went for that? They didn't maybe go for the boom that they've been talking about, even a drop shot, anything a bit more powerful?
The one thing that stands out for me with Optic Gaming is their spawn locations for the the weapon placements. Right. The retro and snipe seems to be their go-to ones, especially the retro. I think just blocking that out at the first point is just one little leg up you can can get up against Optic, and you do need every advantage you can get.
Yeah. They give you an inch, you have to take every mile,
Exactly.
that's for sure. Mental, though, continuing his mini rampage, finds himself with another pick. Sam goes down, as does Crazed for Epsilon, the lead, 114 to 76 in favor of the green wall. A and C, both home hills now will be controlled by them. Epsilon just holding on to that B hill as it stands. All players will be up in 3 seconds when Phelps comes off spawn, and that's when you may see Epsilon try and retake that home hill.
And this is it, right? As soon as Epsi do make a big play for that B hill, Optic immediately rotate. It's just you're chasing something that just keeps on running, and
You're chasing your shadow.
yeah, you need to get these kills as well. It just shows that you do need to outslay Optic perhaps at this point in time. Otherwise, they'll just continue to out-teamwork you.
It's the only way. It really is. I think we've seen it happen twice, and that's been the case. Finally, the kills come in Epsilon's favor, and immediately, look at they spring into life. They get map control. And actually, Phelps was in a good position there to potentially cut Optic Gaming from that spawn point, essentially, towards their home hill. Look at the score, 170 essentially to 130. Epsilon, they need to neutralize this A hill, and the kills are all still in their favor. Phelps and Hydra both pick up one. Ash has gone down, and that's going to be an important kill because that may open the door potentially for someone to overextend, and that's going to be Lava at the B hill. He breaks out, makes a big play, keeps Optic Gaming in it.
Certainly a close one, but we still got Lancer from Epsi. They're still trying to hold up this setup. They've got B control. A seems to be still in the favor of the COG side. Here comes Mental, though.
This is fantastic stuff from Epsilon, but Mental has managed to get all the way behind and somehow still alive, hasn't cleaned up the kill, does so finally, but he's going to get dropped. Craze is going to be over there. Now it's going to be someone's desperately trying to get there, but he isn't going to get there in time. And Epsilon turn up the heat and they start slaying Toby. The key there, that kill feed was blue all of the time. Epsilon continuously chaining together kill after kill after kill. And I mean, what's Optic going to do? They're continuously running off spawn. It's so hard when you're being outside.
I know, it's an interesting discussion, right? When you go up against two top teams like this and you have a game strategy, right, to outslay Optic, at that point you say, okay, we got a numbers advantage, a slight, should we set up? No, instead Epsi, they only had a slight numbers advantage once the Returnals came in. They went flying in with the shotguns, and it definitely benefited there. Just trying to go toe-to-toe with Optic in their spawn might seem, you know, difficult and unlikely to occur, but it worked.
It does.
It worked.
And it's one of those situations where teams have to decide, do you want to be overly aggressive? Because it's one of those things, if you're too aggressive, you're going to get punished.
Exactly.
Right? The team's going to slay you out and you're going to get countered and you're going to lose control of the entire map. But if you're under aggressive, then the same is true. They're going to win their 1v1s, they're going to take control of the map. So it's like there's such a fine line, and Epsilon found it perfectly in that last round. A really, really well-played round from them. That's going to tie up map number 1 at 1 round apiece. Of course, the host has paused the game. Hopefully we get any technical issue resolved. Looking behind me, it looks as if it may be on the Optic Gaming side. I see Ashes, the coach of Optic Gaming, just talking to one of the referees, just trying to get things resolved as quickly as he can. But that was good, right?
Yeah.
We're seeing life from Epsilon. Do you think maybe they can string together a little bit of momentum now?
Hey, I'm happy that they've got that round, a round like that in these early moments of the game. I think they need momentum. They can't let the head sink. Of course, Optic will just take it all. They'll just run over them as a result. I think their best opportunity is to take these early rounds, is to keep up with Optic and not let them run away with these rounds as a result.
In terms of weapon placement then, what are you thinking for on Epsilon's side? Obviously now we will see Optic Gaming drop a weapon, but for Epsilon as a whole, what do you think the bigger picture? What's the game plan here?
I would just up the ability to slay. Give Epsilon.
Are we really going back to the Kiss Cam, by the way? Are we really? Is it? Okay, good. All right. Come on, Mexico City. Calm yourself, okay? But as I was saying, the bigger picture. What is their game
I
plan?
think I think you have to stick to a game plan. We're just going to go back to it, right? Optic Gaming needs to be outslayed. We've seen that time and time again. If Epsilon can give themselves tools that allow that, but don't really give Optic any more advantage as a result, maybe the snipers as a result. If we look at the long shot or the M bar, Mental makes great use of them. But you have Craze as well as a very good sniper. That's an argument. Which way do you go? Do you just give Mental a snipe so you can give Craze a snipe? Or do you want to give a weapon where maybe you know Optic aren't as good with? Maybe something very unorthodox like a drop shot. Okay. Maybe not a torpedo because that's a precision weapon. Maybe frags or incendiaries. It's an interesting discussion, right? If you maybe look at the shot grenade, that could be a bit more strategic. Maybe Optic Gaming are favored.
I am a big fan of shot grenades as Kiss Cam continues in Mexico City. Oh, so cute.
That's good. That's a pro circuit.
From Optic Gaming's point of view, though, how do you keep control of the game? Obviously, they now have that weapon placement after losing that second round. What is going to be their game plan? Boltox have already been placed by Epsilon. What is going to be going through their mind right now?
Capitalize on mistakes. That's it.
Okay.
I know we're repeating the same points, but it does really come down to a long-term game strategy. I think Optic have to realize that Epsi, yes, they're just going to run at them at every opportunity, and they're going to try and make use of their shotgun ability. I think if they try and pace the game to their own speed as per usual, that is the ticket to them just confirming the win. As long as they keep control, keep out rotating, keep the teamwork, keep huddled together, and see how that works.
So in terms of the weapon placement that we're going to see next, any vague predictions? Maybe frags for lava potentially.
I would assume it's fairly low key. I don't see a drop shot. Talk bow.
Are you just making things up?
I think we all know. Yeah, I don't see anything significant going down. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an M-bar, but I don't think we'll see a boom shot, drop shot, talk bow. I don't think we'll see any of those top tier, power
I've never
weapons.
seen them place it once at an event, and that was when they were down. It was like, oh wow.
Optic do seem to.
They came back and won.
They do seem to keep quite uniform as well. Optic game, and I've noticed with their positioning, their power weapons.
And that's what makes it so interesting. It's a team who, I don't want to say they play the same, but at this point, everyone should know how they play.
Yeah.
Right? You should. If you do your research, you do your homework, you should know how they play. Yet, even knowing how they play, it's still almost impossible to beat them. They're just that good individually in terms of their gun skill. Just still waiting for this game to get back underway. A few technical issues on that main stage should be being resolved as we speak. In terms of your overall prediction for the series, though, Toby, we didn't really talk about that too much. Which way are you leaning?
I'm definitely leaning to the NA side.
Shocking. Who would have thought?
Honestly, if I went for EU, I think that would just be
bias.
People should be biased. What is this?
How dare you?
How can you?
How dare you? You could give every single valid point, and then people would still be like, "No, you're biased." Dude.
No.
But you're thinking 2-0, or maybe the Epsilon show is that they have improved. I can see you want to say 2-1, but your logical side of your brain is like, no, it's going to be 2-0.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I think Optic will just have the 2-0.
Potentially, I do hope that we kind of see a closer game from Epsilon's standpoint, just because then you can say, hey, this was a map they played on last time they played. You can clearly tell they've improved.
Yep.
And I believe if you have to go all the way back to Columbus with this map, it was those early rounds of the halves that they were stringing together. So for me, it's about, all right, take that and transfer that to the later rounds, those 20 seconds, those 18-second respawns. That's when those kills become even more crucial, and you have to stay structured. It's really where over-aggression can punish you the most, almost. But we're back into the game. Looking at the weapon placement, it was an Optic Gaming block over at Statue.
Okay, indeed, low-key as it gets, Ben. They don't want to...
Doesn't get more low-key than that.
Don't want to stretch the map. They want to try and keep it simple. Who would have guessed it? It is Optic Gaming staying uniform as per usual. Let's see what someone's going to do.
Yep, someone's at the B hill. He needs to careful. Boltok over to his right-hand side. A couple of shots have already gone down, and that's what happens when you peek. Boltok, it's like answering everybody wrong. It really is. It's becoming such a staple now, almost. As long as your players are accurate with it, you can definitely do a serious amount of damage. As Hydron does tag up the gaming player, scurrying away. As we look over at Phelpsy's perspective now, he's maybe looking over towards that statue side. As Kenny just ran straight into him. He's going to say thank you very much. And again, those kills now starting to be strung together a little bit here by Epsilon.
Yep, slaying power has been shown, but they do need to transform that into tangible results in the form of points. They are winning, but Optic Gaming are knocking on the door of A.
Yes. From Hill, of course. Looks as if that one's going to be capped. Doesn't really seem like Epsilon have the numbers right now to try and contest it. You can see Sam, he's at the other side, just waiting to see if anyone wants to try and overextend to B. Crazed, he's at B, defending it pretty well. And at this point, you could ask, can Epsilon maybe flank Optic Gaming here? I mean, you can see there's one player just underneath Statue for Epsilon. In a pretty good position, but he's going to have to try and make a play.
Yeah, it's certainly incredibly risky, right? Trying to flank Optic Gaming, they're just going to rotate, But is it these risks that they do need to take? I feel as though against Optic Gaming, you need to take everything you can, and maybe risks are involved in that.
Yeah, that's a big kill from Craze. Now he's going to have another 1v1 with Summons. He pulls out the pistol just to put down some shots. He has Hydron in support, and that's a fantastic call out from Hydron as well, saying, hey, he's pushing you. And you see Crazed more than aware that that player was going to be just pushing through that archway. Look at the scoreline as well, 121 to 111. It is Optic Gaming now with the lead, controlling those home hills. You need to see Epsilon convert these kills to something. Right now, it's just individual kills coming through. Like, we've seen Phelpsy, we've seen Craze pick up kills, but they still only have one hill. You need to convert these kills to points.
Indeed, you keep seeing these amazing plays in the 1B's. Craze, he was caught with his pants down there. Lava just appears in front of you. He's likely going to kill 99 people in that situation, but not Craze. He dodged around him, and found that kill in the end. You said it, Ben. They need to be able to not only win these team fights such as B, but also prevent this rotation from Optic Gaming. It's happened again. Optic have just pushed across the street and found that hill there, and it seems as though, once again, OG dictating the pace of the game. Epsilon need to stop that in its tracks.
Obviously, we make it sound very easy, but in practice, it can be rather tough, especially against some of the top teams in the world. Looking at Craze once again to try and push over towards the B hill. Optic Gaming, though, they can keep this neutral, and they would win this round. 182 to 167. Epsilon, they need to spring into life, and they need to spring quickly. Looks as if that player will be revived. Ashes over there as well. They have the numbers at B. They're also going to be on the C hill as well. They've neutralized it, and that is huge. Optic Gaming now not getting any points. They're on the B hill, but the kills come in for Hydrone as well. Epsilon look to take the lead on Optic Gaming, and a rare lapse of concentration may have just lost this round.
And OG need to fly now. They are on the back foot for the first time, and Phelpsy has a task in front of him, and he's starting it off well. Finds Mental, uses that right hand. He's through the smoke, and that task may be complete, Benson.
Nicely played from Epsilon as they now win a second round in a row. That's going to put them up 2-1 against Optic Gaming. 3 minutes 17 it took, but a very, very well structured. I talked about patience and how important patience was. That was a perfect example of that, Toby, being very, very cautious, then springing into life at the right time.
Right until the end, until that triple cap started blinking on our screens, we thought, okay, OG seemed to be leading. They got the score, they're rotating, textbook, but then Epsilon, as you said, patient as ever, and they find that triple cap just abusing their sling power as well.
Exactly.
It's working so well for them. I'm
17 kills
impressed.
for Phelpsy. 17 kills for Phelpsy. Crazed with 15. Over on Optic Gaming, 14 for Explosive. That shows you the massive, massive difference. And interesting to note as well, we have those frag grenades drop down bottom, middle. Very, very common for Optic Gaming on this map. Lava loves to play for them. He's very, very efficient at trying to put them to good use. So expect to see him be the player for Optic Gaming trying to play for them. But Phelpsy, he's already ran in. He's like, well,
yep,
don't mind if I do. And he may try and get away from that one. Oh,
he's got it in his hands.
Perfect tag.
And he went try to bait Lava into that one. He does fall, and it looks like the kill feed are pushing in as well with that kill feed, excuse me. But as such, the B hill is going to be taken for OG, Ben.
Well, for now, we should head over to an Epsilon Esports listen in and find out how the boys are communicating.
Okay, I've got two on bridge. No one's got nades. Let's push me back. Where are they? I don't know. Two on bridge. One's on my heat. Rotate to mid, no. Rotate to mid. Marvin, weak. Smoke that hate. What it on, right, pop it. Push the bridge. One on home. Wait, one on the H. I'm going over the bridge. Shoot him in fans. Soul red. It's going to be all down. I'm going down. We've got it. Down. Oh, God. Stay on YouTube, good shit. We've got enough time to do a retake. I'm one shot in cables. We're going to go on our hook. The bridge. Yeah. Leave it. No, you stay there. To us. I'm one shot in up. Let's go, let's get back. Are they playing on us? Where are we going? B, yeah? Yeah. Don't know where it can be. I'll take your phone. Go on. I'm red. Wait, on T, shoot, get on T! Working eight, on the fans of it! Get a shot! Oh, push it, please, push it! I'm gonna push it for T! I'll be on you, T! Down on T! Flanking you, T! Oh, nice! One more T, two more T! Wait, they're so hard, they're both leading! They're both T! Wait, one more! Three dead if you kill it! Three dead! 99 on home. The triple. I'm up in two. Need the triple. I'll be take next to that hole. Let's go, baby. I need to go there. Go. This. I didn't mean you, Will. Like, we were in a 4v2 on T and like everyone just traded down.
Yeah, but if I won that 1v, which he sponged, I got 99 off him, I could have killed him and went their aim and we could have won. But
I know, man. can only put something on Piston. Right.
Of course, they're listening with Epsilon, and you're going to hurt them very, very composed, but it brought up an interesting kind of point, right? You saw that big fight that happened at the Piston side, that B hill, and Epsilon played it perfectly. Don't get me wrong, very patient. The problem was it took so long that you had Lava able to overextend, get out of there. Mental as well was pushing down that home street. So it's like they're playing well, but Optic Gaming is a team where if you take too long, they're going to punish you. Like they'll draw out those fights knowing that they have the lead. They don't have to make any kind of spectacular plays.
And this is where the meta game just gets more in depth, right? If you require more resources than them to do the same function, they will rotate, they'll take advantage, and then of course they'll take the lead, just as we saw, or not take the lead, at least take the round win in that last one. Let's see what Phelpsy can do at nades again.
It's weird because it's something so difficult to highlight, right? It's very difficult to actually show that in the game, but it's something which I honestly believe they are the best team in the game at. Plain and simple. It's what makes them so strong. And it's very, very difficult to do in the midst of the game, right? Because you have call-outs, you have, hey, you know, there's two people pushing B. It's easy to panic. It is, and I think that's where you can look at the coaches really to come in and kind of keep their team calm. Of course, Sniper Rifle was dropped. It's going to be in the hands of Lava. I know Lava likes to think he's a very talented Sniper Rifle, so Lava, here is your time to shine, my friend. What have you got? He looks up towards that top window. Didn't spot anyone just yet. And we can see, thanks to that kind of X-ray vision, exactly where those Epsilon players are. But I do want to hang tight with Lava because, as I said, I want to give him his moment to shine. Swing and a miss. It's okay. We'll give him one. Toby, he's allowed one miss. He's allowed one. Just don't miss twice, Lava, because then I'm going to start roasting.
Hey, it's a tough life when you're being compared against Mentor, one of the best snipers in the game, I guess. Oh, man. Well, he still kept it in his hands, and he's done that job, and he's rotating it to the big team fight, which is, of course, B, and she gets it down there.
Nice. Nice body shot, and as you said, he's kept it in his hands. He's using it very efficiently, but Phelpsy, he sniffed him out very quickly there, and he's going to be pushing. Lava tried to connect with that, but he may be forced to back out here. Phelpsy getting up close and personal. The B hill should go back in favor of Epsilon. However, you look at the points, still 110 to 77 in favor of Optic Gaming. This round looking good for them to walk away with. Epsilon, they're going to need to stop playing for those home hills. It's been really the story of this game so far. Optic just so good at controlling that home street.
You just see Hydra just pierce through the smoke. Sees two Optic members. Nope, reset.
Oh, craze though. He pushes straight through, finds Kenny and Mental. And this is trip cap worthy right here. You get those couple of kills, there's two players down, it's a 5v3. Put the pressure on the enemy home hill. You need to be in it right now and force Optic Gaming to come to you. And that's exactly what Craze is going to do. And Craze is going to find another kill. His 22nd of the game thus far. Unfortunately though, Optic Gaming off spawn, able to overextend towards that B hill and Summons with the sniper rifle in hand. He's going to swing and miss. Phelpsy though, trying to be in. Can they get their hands on the B hill? That's going to be the question. Summons does go down, but someone already on Optic Gaming's home hill.
Pretty much a bait and switch there from Phelpsy. He pushed in, baited the player out, come back. Got out of that one-shot distance. Well played, Epsilon, indeed. And I think when the snipers do go down like this might be an advantage for Epsilon. If you have Lava sitting back, yes, you might be getting body checks, but it's by no means an M-bar or a torque bow stick in them. They can win the shotgun battles as a result.
Someone has to get to C quickly. There's one player from Epsilon in a position to do so. Sam is going to be over there, but I mean, you can see he's just trying to wait. They have one push to try and go for this. He's inside the smoke. Kenny's going to be in there as well. A couple of players from Optic Gaming will be trying to defend it. Phelpsy's already found one. Is anyone from Optic Gaming going to rotate? That's going to be the question. Sam finds one. Lava able to shut down Hydra, and Sam's still in there. Optic Gaming not getting any points. Can they get the trip cap domination? They're going to do it! And Epsilon, just like that, again, I pointed out how important patient play was, and you saw it. They didn't panic. They didn't go in one at a time. They waited till they had the numbers, and they used them.
And how many rounds have we seen this where Epsilon just win that one crucial team fight to see the round out? It's crazy.
All right, Epsilon. All right, we see you. We see you putting on a show. Now, Optic Gaming back on weapon placement. What's that thought process here, Toby?
Well, see the retros, and they have gone down. Guess what? Optic going back to their strategy. We have to go. I mean, certainly the Boltok has been used just as effectively by Epsilon.
3 kills for Crazed. I'm sorry, but that's insane. You're playing against the best team in the world. Phelpsy as well with 20. Cannot give those players enough love right now. It is very difficult to get that many kills against this Optic Gaming squad, but Optic Gaming as well on the flip side of that, saying, hey, you know, kills aren't the be-all and end-all. We can rotate. We can play that rotation game as well. And we have a fantastic matchup on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. The #1 team in Europe versus the #1 team in North America and also the world, unbeaten so far in terms of tournament wins in Gears of War 4. On board with Kenny now from Optic Gaming, making his way back up toward the B hill. And it's weird, right? Optic Gaming is so good at controlling those home street. You expect to almost see them do it every single time.
And it makes sense as well, that Retro Lancer drop. The Boltok, yeah, fairly even in terms of utilization from both sides. But the Retro is just going to slow down Epsilon in these crucial team fights. They aren't going to be able to push as much, especially in that Pistons battle.
Mental. It looks as if he was trying to bait out Sam a little bit, and he is going to bait him out, and that's a double for Mental. Nicely done. They spring into life on that C hill. Bear in mind, this is the last round of the half. It's 20-second respawn, so they're down and out for a serious amount of time. However, a scrappy fight developing now on that C hill. Optic Gaming, they have numbers over there. Craze is able to pick up one. He is still around those smoke grenades in the hill, and he's done it potentially for Epsilon to stay alive. Kenny's going to go down, and now the tables have turned. A couple of players from Optic Gaming go down. That's going to be Summons out as well. 3 players down. Can they flood that A hill and get control? That's going to be the question. You already see Hydro desperately sprinting over there. Is there anyone at B? That's the question. Lava versus Phelpsy. This is a huge 1v1 for the round potentially.
What's it going to be? Lava has a snipe in his back. Can he keep that with his team? Yes, he can. Phelpsy tries to go for the sneaky back A on the left hand.
Cheeky man.
I know. Is he going to get that body check? Ash. Oh, he will fall.
Lava putting on a show right now. Optic Gaming with the lead, 109 to 63. And Lava single-handedly defended that B hill and you could argue kept Optic Gaming in the round right there. And it is that clutch factor which makes Optic Gaming so difficult to beat. As Lava still hanging around with a sniper rifle, finds the line of sight. Okay, Lava, all right, I see you trying to put on a show for me. I respect it, I respect it. I may have laughed at him a little bit. Said, stop it, you're on fire. Let's play. Can we get like a fire extinguisher over here for Lava? Because he is on form, defending the B hill. Now Optic Gaming potentially could get the trip cap. There are players there at B, and it comes down to Phelpsy once again to clutch up on the hill. Keeps Epsilon alive, but look at the score, Toby. 170 to 93. Epsilon not getting points. They need to defend the B hill, but Phelpsy's so unbelievably weak, he will go down, and that should be a trip cap. No! Craze keeps Epsilon alive momentarily, but they have time now for one push, and that is all they have.
It's going to have to be a big one. It comes back to resources this whole round. What is going on? Explosive gets the body check as well.
This is just an insane display from both of our two teams there in the first round of the winners bracket. We're going to go into the half tied up at 3 rounds apiece, but Epsilon showing us they can play with the best.
That round is a prime example. Epsilon had to throw so many numbers at each situation, and when you have clutch plays from Lava, Optic Gaming, almost getting that triple cap, we thought Epsilon played extremely well to get them out of those scenarios, but it just wasn't enough. So many resources sent to say like 1 player, 2 players, a 3v2 scenario, you have to take them, and Optic Gaming did not allow that.
Lava drew 3 players over to that B hill and was able to deal with 2 of them, and then stayed alive, kept the sniper rifle, was able to find another kill. Like, he's being so efficient with that power weapon. It's just amazing to watch. It really, really is. But you look at the scoreboard in terms of the kills that Epsilon are getting. I don't remember the last time I saw that many kills. Even when they played E United, I don't think E United had that many kills. I think it's fair to say, if you tally up all the kills, Epsilon is outslaying Optic Gaming right now.
Indeed they are. Indeed they are. And it just shows how good Optic Gaming are to hold this 3-3 matchup.
Well, first round in the second half. Of course, we will calm it down a little bit. We're back down to those 10-second respawns. The map has flipped on mid-neutral hill now over at E. But once again, Optic Gaming starting off the round strong. They will develop that 2-1 hill advantage. ENF will be theirs. Meanwhile, a look at that overhead will show you Epsilon's plan. It looks as if they're going to play for the piston side of the map, try and go for welding and fountains to that home street, give them an advantage that way, but Ash, very, very weak here.
I've seen this strat a lot from Epsilon as well, but they're going to try and employ it against Optic Gaming, the best team in the world. Holding DNF on the spawn of Optic, do you think is possible?
I mean, when you're slaying as well as this, impossible is nothing. Essentially, exactly. At this point, it's the question, how consistently can you do it? Great, you did it the first half. Don't get me wrong, incredible performance, but you have to do it again, right? You're tied 3-3, and Optic Gaming, they swung into life now. They're looking for the trip cap. E-Hill will be neutralized, though. Crazed. The man on that hill, you see D. Mental is going to be over there, and he's just trying to peek, find that little sight line, anything, just to get information, if nothing else, and call-outs. And Optic's so good at doing this exact setup that we saw Epsilon try and do. Already a down comes through. He directs his fire over towards his teammate, trying to give the assistance. Sam is going to drop his... Oh, in fact, no, Sam picks Summons up there. So Sam doing a good job trying to stay alive. He may only have 5 kills, but Sam making a big play in this round, and they will secure that home hill.
How much Lancer fire was just sent at Sam then as he went into one of the best shotgunners in the world. That is a fantastic play. It's better than it looks, Benson, and it really does show how good Epsilon can play in these scenarios.
Phelpsy just trying to bait out Summons here into an unfavorable fight. fight. He's on the hill. He recognizes he's pretty weak here. The numbers are coming in for Optic Gaming. Mental's there as well. Phelpsy's still alive, though, dancing and darting through the smoke, desperately just trying to cause a distraction. He's still there, and Phelpsy will find someone. Can he find the second as well? Desperately trying to find the pick. Not going to happen. Mental cleans house. Kenny's going to be over there as well, but in comes Ash now. He wants a little bit of the action. He gets dropped by Mental very, very quickly, and Optic Gaming recompose. They claim their prize, the F hill, and they still have that 2-to-1 hill advantage, and more importantly, Toby, a 30-point.
I don't care what anyone says, these team fights are just nail-biting, and you would never thought these Optic Gaming would just steamroll against their opponents, but it's not necessarily the case here.
Once again, the kills looking favorable for Epsilon. They're going to have about maybe time for one push. And of course, 10-second respawns, and that was really a must-win fight there for Ash, but Lava just being too clutch. It looks very good now for Optic Gaming to just close this one out. They just need 10 points. E is being taken, unless Craze did like the miraculous right there. That was about all they needed, but sadly for Epsilon, at least Optic Gaming going to win the first round there of the second half, which now gives us Epsilon back on weapon placement. Yep. First round of the first half, we obviously saw the Boltox placed. Do you think they're going to go for a similar strat again?
Well, it's definitely an advantage now. They get to put the first weapon down, and they have the tactical point of view. Do you want to block out these retros immediately? That would be a good option, in my opinion. Yeah. We saw Optic Gaming
effective they are with that.
Yeah, and Optic Gaming realized that straight away. They're like, yep, we can now put a retro down. We're putting it down straight away. And it does slow down the pushes of Epsilon. But we have to consider as well, Epsilon love to go for the Fountains welding setup. Are they going to build up a power weapon placement scheme now to build around that?
Yeah, Incense placed down at Pistons. Definitely going to help you. Yeah, definitely going to help you. You can kind of use it to cut off players coming from their spawn. You can just drop it on the hill as well if it's being taken. A very, very useful tool. The problem is you have to win the Incense, and you've got to give Explosive a lot of love as well. Very quiet in the first half. He's found himself at 26 kills now overall, so definitely a reason you're seeing Optic Gaming string together a couple of rounds.
Yeah, certainly. Definitely getting that back. His top slaying position in most games that he competes in.
It's very rare to see him without those kills. And when you do, you're like, what just happened?
I know, right?
It's very, very unusual indeed as Ash now and the boys from Epsilon start to go for that push, and the Instants have been picked up, and this is that strategy you were talking about. Epsilon love it. Question, can they utilize those Instants well enough? Lava and Mental just backed up away from the smoke, allowed themselves to just absorb a little bit of pressure, but Phelpsy throws that Instant straight on to Mental. There is one more play for Optic Gaming over there, and Phelpsy is feeling himself. He may just go for this one, but it's going to be Kenny, I believe it. Kenny just picked up a two-piece. Craze and Phelpsy both go down. Kenny just saying, nah, you ain't pushing me like that. No, put some respect on my name, boy.
Another big showcase of raw skill. Okay. It's Epsilon are going to win that one. This is amazing. This is amazing.
Just so much individual talent is being showcased right here. And I know there's always that big argument in any esport. Oh, NA better than EU, EU better than NA, here, whatever it is. But right now you're seeing some of the best players in the world play Gears of War 4, and it is an absolute privilege to watch as Kenny has just become a machine defending his home hill, not allowing Epsilon any time to breathe. And that's the issue, right? When you're trying to go for that home hill play, great, it may work, but you have to kill Kenny. You're not allowed to keep consistently clutching him.
You got to kill them all, and killing just one of Optic's members is just a difficult task in itself. Optic have held this really well so far, but finally Epsilon breaks through. But Optic, they've built a bit of a score lead now, Ben.
Yeah.
You know, if Optic get a big score lead going into like the latter third, that might be Epsilon game over. So they really
and this has been the story. Pretty much every round so far, Optic, they develop that lead, and then from there, Epsilon, it's almost like a battle against time, if you will. They've finally been able to get that 2-to-1 hill advantage, but the E hill is going to be so crucial for them to try and control, because consistently slaying Optic Gaming out of their spawn is not going to be easy at all. Craze, though, he is over that 28 kills, knocking on the door of a 30 bomb. In the first or second half, or second round of the second half, I should say. As Hydra just going to be patrolling, and for now, Epsilon, they've held it pretty well, and you can see just 2 players from Optic Gaming thinking about potentially pushing Fountains from their E-hill, may leave it a little vulnerable, so there could be a 2v2 at Epsilon's home hill, and that's what we're seeing right now. Explosive leading the charge here on this flank. As it stands, though, Epsilon would win on a 2-to-1 hill advantage. And they will need to keep that D hill. They've done it. Phelpsy with another big 2. That's going to be his 30 bomb of this game so far. But in go the smoke grenades, and in go Optic Gaming. They start the assault now on Epsilon's home hill. The instant has already gone out, though. Phelpsy, he's going to shut down Kenny as well. Killed once again in Epsilon's favor.
Yeah, for certain. Look at Explosive, so red. He's got no cover. He has to just buy time for his teammate. Do something, and he seems to be doing it.
Mental. Oh, my Lord. I say it so often. He could be the clutchest player in Gears of War ever, like, period. You need him to get a two-piece, he's going to get you a two-piece. He's just so unbelievably talented, and with that Optic Gaming will now secure the D and the F hill. Hydron is going to get the pick here, and Epsilon, they're going to need to neutralize D as well. They have to go. E is being taken away from them as well. Is there anyone on that side of the map? I don't think there is. It's going to be Summons, and with that hill, Optic Gaming will secure the win of that round. They now find themselves 5-3 up, but I feel like this could be like a 5-5, a 6-6. Yeah. It's so unbelievably close, Toby.
Finally as well, the score lead built up, but it was not that different, was it, towards the end? It wasn't that much of a score margin. That initial half really costed Epsilon. And of course, Optic Gaming, even then, they were stretched at the end, and you had Mental being forced to clutch then.
He needed to get those two kills.
Exactly.
Simple as that. We'll see the weapon placement now come through from Epsilon. Obviously, first, we saw the Incense at top Pistons. Now we're seeing the block over at Statue. But before we continue, we should jump into an Optic Gaming listening for this round.
They took open. Just cross them. No. Don't commit it. Just because if they're gonna do that, we could just roll back and shoot them on our home.
I think I only saw one.
We have three.
Let's go.
Hydro's hurt open. And
Down. He's down. Hold
He's up. There's three there.
I'm shooting him.
I have shots too.
Lava, keep watching our mid.
Hydro.
They have instance.
Go, one's open.
Hey, no, Alex, can you come to even?
One's
help.
shots in there.
I can.
I have shots at home.
I got tagged by Incense. I killed one.
Hydro's ripped. And go by the way.
Incense still pushing up. Incense.
On her home.
I see one on their home.
There's two on our home.
I really go now.
There's one on theirs right side.
83.
Bill.
You in our home.
Steve or Alex.
I break them.
Oh, he has spawn shield. Fuck.
Alex, you're up. Yo, one just left. Spawn up. Lily, I'm smoking ramp. Let's push right. You ready?
Two
got two
cranes.
on him.
We have to get her home. Oh, yeah, we have to.
They're taking E.
Going E. You guys have like 8 seconds.
Ash ripped. Kill that kid.
I got him. Good job.
One's there, you. Let's get out. There's two people there.
There's two going to the home right now.
Open.
Everybody play for open right now. Everybody kill the
He's running. He's so running. One shot. Push up.
I'm going.
We can rotate to E. I
got him.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going E. One spawn. Let's go.
Go close. I have your Rees. I'm in close right now.
I'm right behind you.
There's one Mario. He's hiding. He's hiding a Mario.
Kill Mario.
Oh, maybe Savage. Let's go. Fucking idiot.
You got it. Hold the cap.
Mid-ramp.
Two mid-ramp.
There's two open.
Two open.
These kids want to play for.
Billy, get ready.
Hop in here. There's 3 there. 3 more. Oh, wait. I'm rotating back home.
Elfie's so hurt. I'm rotating soon.
They want to
These kids are one down, yo.
They're playing slow E.
There's 2 on our home already.
Ash.
I shot on Sam too. There's 3 people there. There's 3 people on our home.
I'm also hurt.
Yo, if we push this from man down, are we going?
Oh, no. You're gonna push this, Kenny. Wait.
We have time. Wait for
It's interrupt.
There's 2 on each block and there's 1 tight right. They're probably gonna bring Instance over here too.
I'm working mid.
Yo, work mid and play for low E.
They're gonna have instance.
There's 3 here, 1's on ramp. I'm pretty sure Instance are here, so that's 4. Play for low E.
Kenny, I'm with you, mid-ramp. I don't see anyone open.
Backed up.
Alright, let's go.
Instance should be rotating. over there, you guys.
Yo, get our home.
This guy's on the right.
They're not rotating.
There's 2 here. We're smoke.
Oh, I don't have a smoke. We need a smoke.
So let's sandwich the people on our home.
Instance there on the ramp.
Alright, 3 here, guys.
Sandwich open.
Instance are on their home.
There's only 3, you guys. I have 2 on our home still.
Go. I'm with you guys, cave.
There's 3 here, bro. Play for home, please.
They're you. Rip, down. Kill that kid, Alex.
I got
him. Pushing home right now. He's
100%
on it.
need 3.
Fixed.
I'm waiting for you guys. I have 1 shot.
Alright, we got their home.
Break it.
I got it. Okay.
One's probably gonna stick E.
Shoot
Go.
Oh,
One's on E. Go on E. Gotta get her home.
Alright.
Bro, you guys have to go. I don't know. He's right.
They kept rotating back and forth.
There was literally 2 people there the entire time.
They
Yeah, but
had
either way, you guys were still man up the entire round. You guys, there's 4 of you there. There's 3 of them there, and you guys are just sitting there.
I know there's 3 of us.
I'm saying it the entire time. How do you not know?
Close. Put something close.
I said the whole
No.
time.
Put something on our homes because they're trying to.
Toby, you brought up a fantastic point. Optic Gaming there, we both kind of looked at each other and said, hey, they're not chilled out. They're not communicating as if this is like a freebie game. They're in that next level of Optic Gaming communication. Very, very quick call-outs. You hear Ash getting involved as well in the background. But Epsilon still managed to win that last round.
Yeah, there's a bit of stress. You could tell from those comms just at the end of the listening, that explosive, something's going wrong, let's do this, let's do that, trying to direct his teammates. Something needs to, not change, but they're definitely paying attention to every variable at this point, aren't they?
I mean, they need to. We can jump straight back into the action now. Of course, apologies about missing that last weapon placement. It was Optic Gaming. We'll try and have a look at that mini-map as soon as we can and get confirmation of exactly what was dropped. But for now, we're looking at Ash's perspective as he's over towards that E-Hill. Just trying to cause a little bit of problems for Optic Gaming. Phelpsy, he's able to shut down Kenny, but on the opposite side, right in front of our eyes, Summons finds that pick on Ash. And I mean, how impressed are you so far with the way Epsilon has been playing?
Oh man, my heart is just beating so fast. It's crazy, and it's such an enjoyment to watch. There's raw skill on both sides of the main stage.
It's just clutch after clutch after clutch. And again, to reiterate, the thing that impresses me so much about Optic Gaming is just how many resources they can drag away from fights. It's just an amazing thing to watch unfold in front of your eyes. I believe it was actually shot grenades as well that were dropped during that weapon placement, so we'll see just how crucial they will be. As it stands though, Epsilon with a 2-to-1 hill advantage is going to be their home hill and the mid-neutral. Of course, not currently being able to lock down that home hill streak that they like to go for, but we may see that change.
And a big point to consider actually on that home street, right? Epsilon can dedicate more resources that side because you can block off half the map. The rotations aren't going to be there for Optic Gaming as they usually are on other maps, other halves. And as a result, you do see Optic Gaming forced to win team fights as a result.
Oh. Explosive picked up Craze, and Sam was like, I got you! I got the trade! And launched it into, and now we see Epsilon spring into life once again. They're going to go for the home hills. Is there anyone at either? Because this home hill is going to be definitely capped. Someone's looking at Ash. Lava, he's going to be over defending as well. So for now, it seems Epsilon, they're happy with this home hill advantage.
Yep, Optic Gaming, they definitely know what's going on. 2 members left alive. They're already slightly rotating towards the home street. They know they've got to eat. They're going to hide, not give themselves away. But here comes that big team fight.
Once again, through the smoke, already shots have been exchanged. The shot grenades go down, but Optic Gaming this time they make it look simple. Craze left to just back away timidly. He's going to be chased as well by Explosive. He does not want to let him get away, and you just see all the shots come down. Crazed, he will fall as well. And now the question, Optic Gaming, they can collapse here on the F-Hill. Summons, he's coming into the perfect angle. He's going to find Ash right in front of him, and Ash is going to really regret that roll, that's for sure. And this could be the trip cap for Optic Gaming, potentially, unless someone, in fact, I think, do I see someone from Epsilon overextending to E? I think I do. It may be Phelpsy. Keep your eye out on that E-Hill for now. It's down to Hydro, desperately just trying to keep this fight alive. The score, 159 to 156. I think Phelpsy, is he still alive? He should be on that E-Hill very soon if he has overextended. But, yep, there it is, the E-Hill being capped. F, though, Craze has just done a phenomenal job of playing his life and staying alive.
I know, just buying time, right? We thought, okay, Optic Gaming, there'll be incendiaries. Here come from the X-Ray Vision, 4 members flooding in, but Epsilon stay alive somehow.
Let's see a trip cap coming for Epsilon here. Potentially F is being capped. Ash, can you go big for your squad? That is going to be the question. Jumps into the hill, not going to find the kill. Can he at least get it neutral? That's the question, though. Oh, not going to happen. Lava turns around and finds the pick. And maybe was that a little too over-aggressive? Did he have the time to wait? Looking at the map, it didn't look like he had the time. He had to go for that play, had to push in to be aggressive, but Optic Gaming will win that one on points. They now find themselves at that point.
It almost seems like, right, when OG gets to that 200 score, it's just over. You just see Epsilon just fly in, just reckless death. But if you catch that team fight a little bit earlier, it seems like Epsilon are composed at that point. They are regrouped. They're not as desperate. Of course, the hands of force. And definitely their hands might be forced here in the weapon placements. Of course, Optic only need 1 more round. 3 rounds for Epsilon in a row is going to be so tough.
Hey, we've seen it happen.
Yeah,
we've seen it happen. This is deja vu from the E-United game back in London. 6-4 advantage Optic Gaming. United was able to claw their way back into it. Phelpsy, 36 kills. Craze, 35 kills.
What is it? What is this?
Finally, this is the issue, though. Everyone else from Optic Gaming has kind of evened out the killing and the slaying, if you will. I mean, they're just, they're all slaying and they're all clutching, which it just makes it so difficult. I mean, you feel like if Epsilon does this performance against any other team in the world, they win this match.
Yeah, I'm not sure if maybe they're a bit more motivated than usual just because it is the big Optic Gaming. Maybe they're really hyped up for this one. You said it. They can perform like this against other teams.
Yeah, honestly, they can do really well. I honestly believe if they played any other team right now, pick any team you want, I think they would beat them on this map with this current form.
I agree.
They're playing so well. But the problem is, so well only gets you so far against Optic Gaming. You need to play impeccable Gears of War. And we're honestly just seeing a couple of small mistakes creep through for Epsilon, and it's those small mistakes which are costing them because Optic Gaming, I mean, it's so rare that they make those mistakes.
It's clear as day, right? You can't match Optic Gaming in the slaying department. You can't just trade kills as good as that might be. You have to outslay them. You have to go 1 step further in order to win this one.
And your rotations have to be on point as well.
Exactly.
As soon as you pick up those kills on that home street, you need to have someone already over towards E, and you see E now being capped by Epsilon. As it stands out, Optic Gaming do have themselves a lead here, just shy of about 20 points. Look, our overhead map will show you that the home hill, of course, capped by Epsilon, and the E-hill capped by Epsilon. Optic Gaming just controlling that.
Oh, what a good incendiary. Knew where Explosive was. Threw it out that corner. Nicely done. That second one was questionable at
little bit
best.
premature.
But yeah, back to the game. Like, it's just the environment clear as day right now. That Epsilon aren't going for those that home street control anymore. They're trying to get back to E, try and reset, do something different, and they're hanging with them currently. They are going to overtake the score maybe in just a second, but they have to see this all the way through.
Yeah, Kenny's just going to push Ash straight through the smoke. Like, what would you do when Kenny does that to you? Like, nothing. You just have to sit there and go, guys, I just got destroyed. Kenny's on E.
Oh, no.
There really is nothing else you can say.
Now it's Epsilon's turn to regroup and formulate a plan. The time is going. They're still behind in score. It's not what you want to see. Maybe power weapons could be the answer. A team fight is what they want, is where they really do prosper.
This is the problem for Epsilon, though. They don't have another weapon placement.
Yep.
Optic's at Matt point, right? Epsilon is not going to have another chance of putting anything down. It's going to be, let's say, even if they do win this round, it's going to be on Optic Gaming. As it stands, though, Optic looking very, very good and comfortable. A 20-point lead has developed. ENF will be theirs. Epsilon, they're now going to need to go for one of the trip caps. It's as simple as that. They need to really get themselves in good positioning, get the kills, and then go from there. This is a good start. Hydro finds one. Unfortunately, they're not going to find the second. Someone's had a ride.
But this is it, though. Frag grenades and incendiaries picked up for Epsilon. Also a break of E. That's value. In, like, what, space of 10 seconds? They do all that. Fantastic stuff. Just as Crazy was getting pinched, they still stay alive despite that and continue with this push.
This is the play. Phelpsy, is he going to get in there? He is. He's not going to get in neutral. And Optic Gaming win map number 1. 7-4 victory for them, but I really don't think the scoreline tells the full story with that one. It was so unbelievably close. We went to the half tied at 3-3. We listened in with Optic Gaming. You could see I don't want to say the stress, but you could see just kind of, it was a different